Hello, we're all here, and today we are back in the Skyrim, and we are going to be looking at one mod, or at least as about the moment one mod. I've only got one mod on the docket at the moment that I actually kind of want to look at, but there may be more. It's all depending on if there is what happens with the first mod. But you'll probably know if there's more than one by via the title of the video. So yeah. Anyway, enough of that. So the mod we're going to be looking at in this video is called Ynslea Island. I don't actually know how you pronounce it because it's spelled Ynslea. Ynslea. I don't know. it's some weird odd spelling. But apparently though, it is an island from Elder Scrolls lore, so it is, in the ways of Elder Scrolls lore, it is an actual thing that actually exists within Nern. But this mod was created by Daedric Lord of Kai. And there's not a lot to the description. It doesn't give you a lot. I know there are. It does seem like that there are some updates coming. So I wonder if it's most likely not fully complete yet. And possibly by the time this video comes out, there might already be an update out for it. It all depends. So obviously, it's most likely basically a work in progress mod. We'll put it as that, it's a work in progress, so it's probably not fully done, there's still going to be some stuff to it. This is just the first little have a look at it, because why not? But, lucky enough though, itself, it is easy to get to. And to get to it, or at least to get to the way to get to it, is you got to go look at Dawnstar, and as you can see, we've got an anchor here, which is, there you go. It seems to be spelled different here than it was in the title, but not to worry. It's a horrible spelling, and you're pretty much buggered if you got dyslexia. So, anyway, we're gonna have a look at this one. So I will see you on the island, or actually what you actually go to actually get there, because I can't go straight to Dawnstar because I haven't found it yet. Alright. So I've now finally discovered Dawnstar, but yeah. So basically, what you're doing is you're coming to. There's this boat here. This is where it led me to. Ah, here we are. So yeah, so you're coming down to the dock. You come to this boat. I think this boat's always here. I don't think this is a new boat. So because you got Guntram, Captain Wayfinder, and Raven Verethi. So I think this boat's always here, so you come to the boat that's here, and just here there's this small little trapdoor. And that's it. Obviously they can't, as of that moment, they can't do anything major big or anything like that with the way you get there. But maybe they could think of a more interesting, immersive way of doing it that would work on PlayStation. Because obviously there is that limitation if you're on PlayStation. But let's go and have a look at the island. Alright, and here we are. Now, I don't know how big this place is, but considering that its memory size is like 1.66 gigabytes, what the hell is going on over there? What the hell? Hold on. Alright. Okay. So yeah, so the island, I don't think it's big. Unfortunately, I can't look at the map to get an idea because obviously you can't generate your own map for PlayStation. So I can't look at the map thing. Though it is kind of annoying that you want to kill a couple of people. I mean, Stalarom is dead. That guy's dead. Okay, that's just Corsair, so I don't mean that's an actual person. I mean, come on, they killed the bloody dog. And the goat. Oh, what did the Corsair have anyway?
What happened?
I don't know. Trolls randomly appearing out of absolutely nowhere. And all of a sudden it's like people dying. I might as well take his stuff because he's not going to need it. in mine now. So yeah. So I think it does say that there is like you can use, there's like a home on here somewhere that you can use as a player home if you wanted. And I think there's supposed to be some kind of small dungeon or something on here. I suppose I think it's well. Let's have a look. But we'll have a look. We'll have a look around because again, I don't think the island is very big. So let's.
Fight.
Where? What? Who? Why? What is it? A crab versus a deer or what? They're talking about there's a fight. A fight of what? What is it? What, the hawker? We see what it looks like in night time, so we're gonna bring in the daytime here, just so we can obviously see a little bit better as well. Obviously, due to it being on PlayStation and just being a little landscape and stuff like that, obviously you will see like some of the like textures and stuff like that. Like you just saw, there you go, like over there. So yeah, you can see like just on the right hand side of the screen, you can see the mountains kind of thing, land appear and disappear. You are going to notice that, you are going to see that. Unfortunately, there isn't really, when it comes to PlayStation, there isn't really a lot anyone could do about that. PlayStation, or it's extremely difficult to probably fix, which most people won't fix it because it's just too much to do. Oh God's sake, more bloody. Come here. There's all the trolls. What else we got? Holmes Remember. Okay, that's a very strange word. Let's go and have a look at that one. Okay, and obviously the texture of the building itself, it might be different in yours. Mine's only like this because of the mods I've got installed. So we got okay. I don't know what Remember is meant to be. Well, considering that you can sleep in this bed, you can use this. You can apparently move this, and it's not ceiling. I can only guess that maybe this is safe for you to use as a player home. I wouldn't leave your stuff here just in case, but maybe. I don't know. Alright, what we got down here? Holmes Hosmer. We're going to have a look in this one. We're just going to see if a lot of the homes are similar or they are like quite varied. Okay, well, this one actually belongs to somebody. Did you go? Hold on. I'm pretty sure he had purple lips. Okay, so yeah, this looks a bit similar design-wise, but it is a bit more filled in. You know, it's got a bit more to it. But that's because actually there was actually somebody here. So I'm gonna guess that maybe that other house is still like a work in progress kind of house. I mean, probably even this house might be sort of still a bit of a work in progress house. It might not be fully finished yet. But yeah, at least they got people on the island. Got a blacksmith.
Take a look.
What have you got? Has he got anything unique? Or is it or your basic kind of same stuff? So obviously it does work with your Creation Club stuff, you know. So if you got Creation Club mods, they'll work alongside with this. You don't need them. It doesn't say anything about you needing them, but as you can see, the blacksmith is selling some of the stuff for it. That's in relation to it. So yeah, you know, basic blacksmith does what he needs to do. Basically, and of course, City Hall Island. Now I don't know if English is the this modder's first language or native language. So I've noticed some of the wording has been a bit sort of like off, like Holmes, David. You know, so I don't know if I don't think English might not be their native language, but I mean, I still make sense of what they're trying to basically type, basically write out. So it's not like I'm like, I can't understand it. You don't know, I can understand it. Another house there. So yeah, so as I think at the moment, most of it is just basically houses, apart from a few bits and pieces. If we go up this way, I'd like to have a look in the city hall. Why not? Because I mean, you got no one over there, but it says case hall. But then there's a couple of them that said case hall, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. Okay, so this is City Hall Island, or basically the island City Hall. So obviously it's basically like the Jarl's Longhouse. Now, obviously the inside doesn't quite match the outside of the building. It doesn't. I'm just gonna take this person's money because I literally, basically because I can. You're a Corsair, Subjoff. Don't do anything in particular. You're another Corsair. Jarl Rena Fairchild.
Did you need something?
Yes. I mean, fair enough. They got a Jarl. Yeah. A lot of stoic decoration. Okie dokie. I mean, I would have thought that this place would have been, because it just. Alright. So yeah, I'm having to obviously do this commentary kind of after doing the mod, so the video is going to be a little bit different from this point on. So I'm going to kind of finish it off here. It's going to be a bit shorter, but I'm going to keep the dungeon that is actually on the island. This is part of it. This isn't the whole thing. So this is part of the dungeon that you can enter in the. It's actually on the island. As you can see, it's kind of a large space, and you can see obviously it's full of jargons. But you know, but it's a dungeon. It's a little dive. Well, I say little dive. It's not a little dive, but you know, I will say the dungeon itself. It's not massively in depth just as of yet, because obviously this island itself isn't quite complete just yet, so it's also probably the dungeon itself is probably not that complete, you know, so it's still gonna have a bit of work that needs to be done on it, and with the same as with the island. So but yeah, so my thoughts on the island at the moment is obviously, yes, it is a work in progress, so it obviously is going to be, there are going to be some things that are wrong on it, or not quite right, or not, or, you know, just seems unfinished. And, you know, and fair enough, you know, if it's a work in progress kind of thing, that's kind of how it's going to be. So I can't really say anything bad about it there. I mean, I like it. You know, it's always fun to have a look around a new player area, especially when it's a kind of a big area. Well, I say big. At the moment, as far as I'm aware, the island itself is not huge. It's not a huge island. But at the same time, it's kind of one of those things where you would like it to have a bit of size, but also at the same time, you don't want it to be too big. I mean, there's big, and there's maybe a bit too big. I tend to go into the realms of a little bit too big, but that's just what I do. But it would be nice to obviously, when they obviously update it, is for them to add a tiny bit more to the island. You know, maybe one or two other little cave systems for you to go, you know, diving into the village itself a bit more fleshed out. this, that, and the other, and this, and like a few bits and pieces there. But obviously, I'm not totally sure what exactly the model for has been planned. But I'm gonna guess they probably have something like that kind of planned. I can only guess from looking at it from a modder's point of view. But all in all, it is definitely want to keep an eye out for. Is it worth downloading at the moment? I don't think it's worth downloading quite at the moment because there's not a major load that you could do at the moment. There's very, very minimal amount of stuff you could do, considering it's supposed to be a new area for you to explore. But it's definitely one to keep an eye out on, which I'm probably going to be doing. So there is a possible chance that this mod might return in the future when it's had some updates. But I'm not going to be, it's not going to be sort of like, oh, it's had an update, let's have a look, la la la. It's like, no, I'm going to wait till it's had at least some substantial updates, and then we're going to have a look, kind of thing. So does it have a potential? Definitely, yes. Do I think it will definitely get better over time? Obviously, yes, it definitely will. But is it worth downloading at the moment? If you want to just have a bit of fun with it, then yeah. But if you're looking for a new area to actually go and explore and to go and look at, as of the moment, I would say not really. But that doesn't mean it's bad or all that. It's, by any stretch of imagination, it's not a bad mod. It's just, since obviously there's meant to be more with it, there's just only a very, very finite amount of stuff you can do on it, and it's just like, wait till it updates, and then have try on it, and then mess around with it kind of thing, this, that, and the other, la, 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 and basically that's that. There's not really a lot else I can say about this at the moment, apart from to keep an eye on it, but what they've got done so far, I think, is not too bad, actually. But that's going to be it for this video. It's a bit shorter than normal. Obviously, it was going to be a bit longer than this, but unfortunately, my commentary, the audio from the commentary, the audio in the game still captured, but it was the audio for the actual microphone that kind of went. Don't know what caused it, no idea. So this is why you're getting a slightly different commentary at the end, so it might not match up quite right, especially in the way they're catching up with what's going on the screen. Yeah, I could do, but I don't want to show off everything that I went through. Actually, keep a little bit of a surprise to a degree. But again, this was the I still don't know how you pronounce it. Is that Ynslea? I don't know how you pronounce it. But we're gonna go Ynslea Island by Daedric Lord of Kai. Or it could be an RX Gunfighter, or RX Gunfighter at least had done something with this. I'm not totally sure what's going on, because you got RX Gunfighter in the description, but the actual model for it was Daedric Lord of Kai. But of course, as always, I will be leaving a link in the description below to the mod itself. If you do want to try it out, to have a look at it, and maybe leave some feedback to the mod author themselves. So yeah, of course, as always, there will be a link in the description. You can also leave me more suggestions in the comments below, because that's, it's always good to get a suggestion here and a suggestion there, it makes my life a little bit easier by the fact that I don't have to spend ages trying to find some good mods. But also, if you look in the description, there will be a link in there to my Discord, where you can also leave more suggestions. But you can also, at the same time, you can ask me questions about the modding process. You can also ask questions about mods in general. If there's a particular mod in mind that you've had a go at, that you're not totally sure about something with, or if there's any other mod that you've come across and you're not totally sure about it, or about that, maybe I've covered it on the channel before, or maybe might be able to work something out with it. Or you can leave me a mod requests. Now, as of at the moment, I'm not taking that many requests because I've got a couple of bigger projects I'm kind of working on. But since I do have other mod authors on my Discord, if you leave a request, it is possible that one of the other mod authors that are on my channel might decide to take upon that request. So it doesn't hurt to still at least ask. But that's going to be it for this video. But also, just before we get out of here, if you did like this video, remember to leave a like and why not subscribe to the channel, as I've got plenty of more Skyrim videos on the channel, plenty of more mod reviews and showcases and this and that and all that wonderful lovely stuff. But that is it from me. I don't have any more time for this, so until the next time, I'll see you all later.